Hello? Yeah. Oh, hey, I have a call in 1 minute. Yeah, it was just someone who said they need to speak to the manager who ordered a work something, and I assumed it must have been you, but if it wasn't, fuck 'em then. For how much? I don't know anything. All right, yeah, I know nothing about it. So either just, yeah, tell me to rip it up, or if we need it, then I get it. It's for a labor laws check or something, or a labor laws poster. Do we need that? Did you order that? Okay. Yeah, in that case, all right, I gotta go. Bye. Hello?
Hi, Pat. Yes, Pat. Hi, this is me.
Did you order a labor laws poster back in January?
A what?
A labor laws poster.
A label poster? No, why?
Labor, Labor laws poster.
No,
Oh.
why?
We just got a call from someone who says they have a check in our name in my name that ordered a labor laws poster a month ago. I don't know.
No,
It
no,
could be a
this,
scam
I
then.
know
Okay.
these people. Yeah, it is a scam.
Okay. All
These
right. That's
people
fine.
tell you this is labor. Yeah,
Okay.
just
All right.
forget it.
Whatever. That's all. So.
Okay. Did this one confirm?
I actually sent Tori home sick, so I haven't seen there. Let me look on the calendar.
Oh,
He worked at Google before, so hopefully.
okay. Good.
Did I already forward you what Abel wrote about the tea leaf difference or no? Do you remember?
What's that?
Did I forward you what Abel wrote already?
What's that?
Did I forward you what Abel wrote?
Able?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Did I forward you something
What
from
Able
Abel?
wrote
Yeah.
today?
You're breaking
Yeah,
up.
there is a lag here. Yeah, I know. Is it today?
I just forwarded you. It's not a bit. I just wanted. You're saying this meeting or Abel? I just forwarded you something. He just did a bit more of what Scott did. I told him to spend half an hour or so.
Okay. Oh, I see about the process, you mean. Okay.
But
Yeah,
either.
I didn't receive it, so I'll wait for.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he confirmed, but I'll double check. Yeah, he confirmed. I wonder if there was something messed up on our end this week. If this is, I mean, the last person said, they didn't get any actual. Okay, I'm stepping away for a second while I...
Okay.
Hi there, this is Reed from Hawaiian Airlines.
Hi, Reed. This is Patrick and Inad from Oopgo. How are you?
Hi, good. Very well. How are you?
Pretty good.
Great.
Are you on your screen as well? Are you loading?
Yeah, I am loading it here, although I'm trying to get in here.
No problem. Yeah,
Give me 2 more seconds here. It looks like Chrome is trying to launch the application here.
No problem.
Sorry, could not locate. Sorry, let me try it one more time with IE.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Yeah, I'm using Chrome. I don't know why it wouldn't, but GoToMeeting's always random, so let's see.
Yes. Okay, it looks like something is happening here.
I find that Chrome sometimes does not cooperate with the process.
Yeah,
Using another browser must go.
they have their own internal battles going on.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can get started in the meantime while my computer loads.
No problem. Yeah, just never know if someone is distracted doing things and just waiting for a load, so.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? It seems like IE threw the same error. Let's see here. Yeah, it's for some reason it couldn't install the actual application. Is it possible to just email a PDF?
Yeah, or we can chat. It's easier over if you have 15 minutes to chat, and I could just give you a couple links to reference. That always works. So.
If that works better, then let's do that.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to. Are you connected through GoTo at all? Can I send a message through there, or am I just have to send an email?
No, it looks like I am not.
It's not a problem. Give me 1 second to focus while I send the email, and we'll chat from there.
Okay.
So.
Okay. If not, I'm happy to go to a URL if that makes it easier.
Yeah, I'm just sending you. Actually, if you want to go ahead and open up a couple URLs, it'd probably be easiest on my end. So.
Okay. Sure.
If you could open up oopgo.com, OOPGO.
Okay.
/ mobile example, one word.
Mobile example. Okay. I see what looks like an iPhone. Nothing else loading.
Yeah, if you could open up a couple more links, assuming you can on the same screen.
Sure.
If you can go to oopgo.com.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind scrolling right underneath the cloud, you'll see the text, a 360 view into your customers, competition, and industry.
Yes.
And there's 3 charts underneath. If you can please click the chart on the left. When you hover over it, there's a plus sign.
Okay.
It should open up competitive intelligence.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. To keep this real, I'll show one more. If you can open up oopgo.com / discover.
Okay.
And if you can go ahead and just type in Hawaii, any word you want in that text field.
Okay.
Okay. So now to take a step back, if you could refer to the first link.
Yep.
All right. So first, to introduce before we show the links, what we provide on our end, Oopgo, we're a digital marketing intelligence company, and we invented a web analytics technology that captures the entire website experience. I'll elaborate on what that means in a minute. And we also built the first search engine that has an index of every active website on the internet that we use to give companies competitive intelligence on the common search engine trends and technologies used throughout their industry. Basically automated awareness into what's happening on the internet.
Sure.
So those are 2 core technologies. So I want to take a step back first and ask, first, if both would be relevant for you to walk through, and what exactly your role is within Hawaiian Air in context to both analytics as well as search engine marketing.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So it seems relevant, although I'm not sure until we get a little deeper. But my role here is advertising, so traditional and digital advertising. For the digital discussion, it's all SEM and SEO. So we currently have our agency buying and creative right now with Razorfish up in Seattle, and they also own our SEO at this point. So a lot of the digital pieces go through Razorfish. We do have a affiliate marketing arm as well with CJ. So CJ Commission Junction.
Commission Junction. Okay.
That yes. Yep. But needless to say, any type of intelligence would be helpful. On our part, we do have Omniture set up on site. We use Atlas with Razorfish. As far as analytics, we actually have a separate marketing analytics division here, so that wouldn't be my role. But anything that can help us target additional prospects and new business out there would be beneficial. Obviously, there's a cost to everything. You have some other competitors in your space, which we have decided not to work with for a variety of reasons. But we're always interested to know what's going on and how much more can we understand about our customer. If we can find more lookalikes of the current prospects for a cheaper investment, then we may be interested, right? If you're talking about $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 package, we definitely don't have the budget to support that.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great overview. If you wouldn't mind telling me, Reed, if you could refer to who you considered our competitor, if you wouldn't mind. If you're familiar with the company name, I'm not sure if you're relating to session recreation technology on the analytics end or anything search engine wise.
Yeah. The competition, that'll be just general digital research competition, right? So everyone from Experian to other people that create lookalike sessions like X+1, right? And a couple of people that don't come to mind, but that keep bugging me every time.
No problem. I just wanted to know context to make sure I differentiate in the proper way. I think
Sure. So I guess there's two worlds, right? There's the Experian world, or there's the X+1 world, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right in that case without a screen. Sure. So what makes our analytics technology, I want to first focus on the data end. What we're the first company to do is traditional analytics, including Omniture, including Google Analytics, etc. They're creating a data record every time there's a page load from page to page. So if you have visitors, for instance, going from one page to the next page, that's the point of time where a record is being created, right? What we're doing that's significantly different. So they also have ways of, maybe grabbing a couple specific actions on a page as well, such as you go out of your way to, if someone clicks book flight on your site, you would be able to track that because of resources loading as well, and a few other examples such as book now, etc. in your guys' case. So that's the totality of the data point insight you get from those solutions. What our company does is we're storing approximately 1,000 times as many data points every time customers on a web page. So what that allows us to do is if someone is in a search field, let's say someone's in a search field on your site, and they type in, "My name is Bob," then they press delete and change Bob to Larry. We're storing an individual record for each text entry, the time they entered the field, so we would be able to get typing speed, the deletes that happened. We would be able to, on a macro basis, say what's your delete percentage on this particular form, and how can you fix that to reduce the time in your conversion process. So when it comes down to mouse movement, hesitation, text selection, and even pre-submit text entry, we're creating an individual data record for all these things to make them completely searchable and the ability to integrate into any advertising mediums as well. Just basically to get a much deeper microscope into what's happening from a data record.
Okay.
Did that make sense to you, Reed?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the differentiator on the data end. The other side of the coin, I'm assuming what you would refer to is, if you want to go ahead and refer to that mobile example.
Okay.
So what you're going to be seeing here is the depth. So where you can also recreate everything that happens on your website. To supplement every piece of data you see, you can click play and see the exact experience as if your customer was actually doing it on your end. So what that example is, and that's a short one, you might have to refresh on it, what that is showing mobile in particular when we talk about the complete experience. We're storing and recreating the finger touch points as well. So when you see the blue and orange in that example, if you notice the blue swiping on the screen, that's the actual finger engagement of your clients with your website. So the point being, the takeaway there is, of course, a mobile, understanding your mobile visitors is a lot different than understanding who's coming from a computer, and we record it accurately, both data-wise and also allow you to replay everything that happens on the mobile end.
Mm-hmm.
So to wrap that up on the analytics, so we created, it's one basic, it's a web application, basic login similar to an Omniture, except that we, once again, have 1,000 times the data, so you can declare your tags, segmentation. You can do everything with a much deeper microscope, and you can click play record from every view, and we have it integrated to be able to watch exactly what the customer's doing. You can also do this on a live basis and engage with the customers directly. So if your website, for instance, said, I want to see all of the live traffic who's currently on the book travel page who came from China, let's say, you would be able to click view live sessions, and you would see you would be able to see a direct view of everything your traffic is doing, and you would be able to live chat with them and engage with them in any way necessary for you to close more business.
Interesting.
So that's the, actually it might help here if you have, if you can please open up, I have a link that shows that example. I was trying not to throw too much on. If you wouldn't mind opening up oopgo.com, you can go ahead and exit out of the mobile, /beta, B-E-T-A, /live, L-I-V-E.
Got it.
So what this example is here is this is a faked example of if you had 5 particular segment of your site you select, this is how the 5 active web visits would display. And you would be able to hover over. So does that make more sense when we talk about this live recreation?
Yep.
So this is proprietary technology, as is everything with the mobile movement. And so the big difference here is, this is without any kind of downloads. We're just storing all the information and re-spitting it out for your company to use and segment, and fine-tune however you feel best fit. So that's the big end on the flexibility here. We have a couple of competitors who do different variations of session recreation, but they're not storing from the data end. It's not a lightweight script. It's kind of a whole different scenario. They're taking a picture of your website, then just kind of recreating mouse movements. We're storing. You're right. So that's why I always make sure to make sure we're differentiating here, because you're going to be upgrading your entire analytics software, and everything on our end is not dependent on any third party. We have one database with the source of your entire traffic history. So if you want to integrate any kind of sales protocols, segmentation, even into advertising, you don't need to jump through 5 different hoops and 5 different integrated products to get there. So
yep.
That's it on. So yeah, obviously we can dig much deeper in a future call or get to the relevant department if you guys think it's worthwhile. So.
Sure.
You have any questions, or do you want me to jump into the competitive intelligence then?
I do not have any questions. We could jump into the other links or pages that I opened up.
No problem. Okay, if you can please click on the link with the big chart open, competitive intelligence.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
So the long story short here is, websites, Google being most mainstream search indexes, it's the liability of the website to basically get their attention and get stored, which usually happens, sometimes it'll take a few weeks. It'll happen usually when your site has direct code connected to another website. They'll kind of say, look, we scraped this website. We happen to see this other website exists. Now we're going to add it to our index. I brought up that example because it's estimated Google has approximately 30 million unique websites at an active time on their domain. We have 180 million. We've been we have much more aggressive algorithms that are capturing information every time a website is registered. We're basically storing the source code, which gives you the information you see. When I go to your website, I can see the content, I can see the headlines, a lot of times the technologies used, and be able to detect technology, social media, and sales trend based on that information. So the way we deliver this to a company is, in the example you see here, if you were to highlight, for instance, 3 of Hawaiian Airlines' key competitors, we would be monitoring their traffic on an incremental basis. In this example, let's say it's a week. And you would see if they had a spike in traffic of 40%, you would We would also be recording the changes in social media, how many likes, how many LinkedIn, I forget what they're called, how many Twitter. You'd also be able to see different changes in their public source code to be able to correlate, because usually there's a straightforward correlation between results and something that's detectable. So that's what's seen on the front of on the top segment of the chart. On the bottom left, industry listed beneath. The usual use case here is if you wanted to define your industry is every website that uses the word airlines 4 times within their text and has been registered for at least 5 years. We would add a code to monitor, regardless if that's 5 or 5,000, monitor those websites and come up with what you consider your key point indicators for comparison, such as what's the average page load speed, I want this updated every month, what are the new technologies used by these people as a whole, because if someone invents XYZ technology tomorrow and all your competitors are using it, this is automated awareness to see this is the % increase, here's a new technology out there. So it's not going to give you all the answers, but it'll usually give you the first nudge to take a closer look in a different department. So, did that make sense, Reed? Any questions?
Yep. Nope. No questions.
Okay. So on the last link we have, I believe it's oopgo.com/discover, correct?
Actually, I have one question. I clicked on the right arrow. So after hovering over competitive intelligence, clicked on the right arrow, got to another zoomed in screen and saw offline, online.
Mm-hmm.
How do you identify those people?
We do it through
how they came in.
Well, the offline is mostly relevant on voice of customer, where we're relating the experience and asking. We have a lot of we have a built-in feedback form technology now. So particular clients, you ask them to compare their offline versus online experience, and in some cases we will integrate for particular companies to any resources they already have. If you have a data source tracking something offline directly. So, but I believe this case has to do with a voice of customer, what's your experience, this and that, based on what their opinion is. So.
Got it.
No
Okay.
problem.
All right.
If you don't mind, let me know when you're on the Oopgo Discover screen. The screen that shows all the search engines in a big circle.
See here. Yes. Got it.
You're there.
And I typed in Hawaii flights as an example.
Okay. So the takeaway here is that, you know, if you don't mind Hawaii flights, if you can press back just for my example and just keep in Hawaii. So the point here is, are you fairly familiar with how auto search functionality works on the search engine? It's, you know, so yeah, long story short, it adjusts dynamically based on what your customers want. What we've done, this is an example of something integrated into our digital competitive intelligence. We're storing this information for other search engines, and we're storing this on an incremental basis. So I believe it's by default once a week, as we said. And what this allows you to do is not just measure what's happening on your website, but if 10 million people on YouTube, Google, or you could define one of your competitor search engines, if 10 million of them are now typing in Hawaiian Airlines black, you know, over the next week, if there's 10 million new people writing that for whatever reason, you would have awareness into what's happening in different search engines as well, into the consumer consciousness and correlated search terms. So this is a pretty de facto demo example, but we store all this information, and any company we speak to, we kind of have them choose which search engines would be relevant for their case. Usually if it's retail, they might want to see Amazon. In your guys' case, you can take a pretty good guess. It might be Kayak and a few relevant competitors. So.
Yep. And what am I actually looking at? So I typed in Hawaiian, and for the Google section, the very first term that comes up is Hawaiian Airlines.
Correct.
Is this telling me that the very first organic listing is Hawaiian Airlines, or is this a paid listing?
No, this is to be honest, I'm not sure this demo is active. This is on our back end, but as far as I know, from what we store, it's the exact same thing you'd see in Google itself. We're synced
the
in.
Organic.
Yeah,
the organic or the paid?
Oh, I'm sorry, the organic. It's a simple answer. Organic, so. Okay. I actually spelled Hawaiian wrong on my computer, so I was confused. I wasn't getting a lot of results. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm gonna, you know, we booked half an hour. We keep this pretty short and top level initially. Any other questions before we discuss, you know, potential interest to anything else on that?
No other questions.
Did it all make pretty straightforward sense to you? explanation?
Yeah. I mean, my role is to find new prospects out there. People that maybe have not heard of Hawaii or that are coming to Hawaii and now need air travel, right? Especially on the digital side. On the digital side, we're looking for new incremental business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my goal. If your product can help us do that, great. But things like this Discover tool, to be honest, it's not helping me find new business out there. It's just helping me understand what's going on in the other search engines, which I can find out through many other tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
On-site analytics, things that we looked at the first time, in the session, live screen captures, etc. That's obviously interesting as well. Not part of my role and responsibility here. That may be an interest by our web team, which I'll forward over, which is why I'd like to get a PDF copy of your deck so I can send it over to our web folks. But really, my interest is how do I find new business out there, people that have raised their hand that they want to come to Hawaii and are now searching for airline tickets. That's what I want to expose.
One who's coming to Hawaii.
I wasn't sure if your tool addresses that.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the, one more time, you said you're only focused on basically creating new customers, not anything with enhancing experience or upselling, correct, right? You're trying to get people.
Correct. I mean, as far as if they're already on our website searching around, that's very little interest. Obviously, I want them to convert,
Mm-hmm.
but the main goal is to go out there and find what's below the iceberg, right? Find all the people out there that want to come to Hawaii.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that into account if I'm. So it sounds like at the least you would like me to forward a pretty simple few-page overview deck PDF, which outlines what I showed, and if I can answer your question a bit more directly based off what you saw, I'll include that in the email as well.
Yes.
Any other, I suppose, comments or any other requests aside from just sending a basic deck to forward to the appropriate department?
No. I think a few additional comments. That's pretty innovative, I think, to see what the consumer is doing in real time on our website, right? I mean, we use some other technologies, but I think just like you said, it's not as dynamic as what you have. So, there may be some interest on our analytics team, so I'll make sure to forward that to them as well.
No problem. Okay, yeah, I guess the last point on your answer of being able to get that from other tools, just to clarify with the auto search, all of these terms are not with the keyword that's entered. This is all the keywords that are pulled up through auto search and stored. So it's not just putting it into Google essentially. It's storing. You can store this and basically do it for 1,000 different relevant key terms on your end, and then come up with correlations on a macro basis as well. So this example here was real top level, but we have that in a analytics backend basically to look at trends over months, look at trends, to fine tune that a lot more than if you're manually going kind of and, writing down what you see.
Sure.
That's all.
Yes.
Yep. Well, once again, your question, I'll take a minute before we send that response, and I look forward to get forwarded to anyone else within your department. I think we can definitely add value, particularly if you're using enterprise solutions for analytics already, which is the usual scenario for us is supplementation in the short term before we try to, before you can convince any large enterprise to switch over completely. So.
Yes. Great. Okay. Great. Well, thank you guys. You guys have my email. Look forward to that document, and I'll make sure to send it along to the appropriate people.
All right, Reed. Thanks a lot. Nice talking to you, and I'll send it to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reed, for joining us.
Okay. Yes, definitely. All right. Thank you.
Bye.